Hi everyone, hope you're all keeping safe and well. Over the last couple of days, I've had a wee request for some pelvic areas, so pelvic floor, hip area, and how to try and strengthen the muscles around that area. So this is going to be a quick series of movements. Most of them are all in the same position, so it's a nice easy one. And there's some beginner moves and some harder moves as well that you can work towards. So we'll just get straight into it. If we all lie on our backs to begin with, and legs straight out, and with this move, it's called pelvic tilt, but I always pop my hands in at the small of my back, and this is the easiest way to find the small of your back, because when your legs are straight, then the small of your back is exposed, so it's quite easy to get your hands into that area. So once you've found that nice area just at the bottom of the back, you're going to bring your knees up, just a comfortable position, and the pelvic tilt, a lot of Pilates people will be used to this. The tilt comes from a hip or pelvic movement as opposed to the legs. So if you feel your leg muscles working during this exercise, then you need to reset and try again. So to give you a bit of a visual aid, if I pop my fingers on top of the bony bits at the front of my hip, whenever I do a pelvic tilt, I'm trying to bring these areas towards my belly button. So they're coming up and round, and that flattens out the small of my back. So that's why I pop my fingers in here and I try to squish my fingers. So with all of these moves today, we're going to do 10 reps and we're going to do 3 sets of 10. And whenever we're all engaged, we're going to hold it for 3 seconds on each rep. So that's relaxed state, pelvic tilt, it's a hip movement, hold them for 3 seconds, and then easing off. So this is a nice easy one to get us started. So 10 reps and then 3 sets of 10. Okay, so for the next one, I like to do this with a ball, something like a football or a football or a basketball is good because it keeps my knees pretty much hip width apart. If you don't have any balls, you can use a yoga block or a Pilates block. And it just gives us something else to hold on to and makes the inner muscles in the upper legs work as well. So the beginner move of this one is to squeeze the ball. So we're bringing our knees closer towards each other, holding for your 3 seconds and releasing. An intermediate one of this is I pop my fingers underneath the small of my back again. We do our pelvic tilt that we done last time, and then we squeeze the ball in. And with this, we want to engage the muscles, so you'll feel your glute muscles or your bum muscles working with this, and you'll feel the adductor muscles or the inside muscles of the upper leg working as well. So this intermediate one is the pelvic tilt, and then squeezing your knees together in against the ball. Hold it for your 3 seconds, and then easing off. And if that's easy for you, you can do the next level, which is your pelvic tilt, squeeze the ball, and then bring your knees up so that they're 90-degree angle to the floor. With this, if you jump onto this one too quickly, you'll feel that you're using your upper abs, and the space that's small of the back actually becomes bigger. So it means that you're using the wrong set of muscles. So reset, go back to the intermediate, and do a few more sets of them. And once those muscles have started getting stronger, you'll be able to test out again. So for that, I'll just recap that last one again. It's your pelvic tilt, squeeze the ball, and then bring the ball or your knees up to a 90-degree angle. 3 sets of 10 reps. Okay, so this next one, it's called an isometric move, or one that you can't see. So you're getting muscles to work without actually moving any of the main limbs. So it's a progression of the last exercise that we've done. So the beginner one of this is to squeeze the ball again with your knees going inwards, and then think of it as your feet stay where they are, but it's as if you're going to try and make them point outwards. And whenever you try to make them point outwards, you'll feel muscles down in towards the groin working. These are called your obturator internus muscles, and they're quite deep and important muscles within the hip. So if you have weak pelvis or weak lower back, and that obturator internus isn't working as much as it should be, it can lead to more hip problems as well. So it's a hard one to show, but you will feel it if you follow or you progress on from the previous move. So it's squeezing the ball, and then your feet stay where they are, and it's as if you're trying to point them outwards away from your body. Holding it for your 3 seconds and then easing off. And again, you can do this one in the intermediate level where you do your pelvic tilt first, squeeze the ball, and then you're thinking of trying to make your feet point outwards, and you'll feel that. So again, 10 reps and 3 sets of 10. Okay, so the next one, most people have heard of a bridge or know what a bridge is. So you can either do this with the ball, without the ball, doesn't really matter, it achieves the same thing. But to get a really good bridge, you need to push through your heels, and then you engage your core and your glute muscles. And once your core and glute muscles engage, that'll help your pelvic floor as well. So you drive through your heels, engage your bum, squeeze your bum muscles and the core as well. And what you're aiming for is a nice line all the way from your knee towards the tip of your shoulder. So you want to get that nice line. So this, it's always good if you can do this in front of a mirror to see that you've achieved that line. So again, without the ball, I'll show you it. So we're driving through our heels, squeezing the bum muscles, engaging your core, and you're trying to achieve that nice line from the knee towards the shoulder. Holding for your 3 seconds and back down again. 10 reps, 3 sets. Okay, so another one, same position. So we bring our knees up this time, have them touching together. We've got that nice 90-degree angle going on in the knees. And what we're doing is both knees at the same time will come outwards as far as is comfortable, and then you're using your inside muscles of the upper leg to bring the knees back together again. Okay, so this is the relaxed state. When the muscles are working, it's when they're on their outermost points. Hold them for your 3 seconds and back in. 10 reps, 3 sets. If you've got clicky hips, don't panic if you hear the odd click. It's just ligaments and tendons jumping over each other. Again, if you engage your core and use your inside muscles, it all helps towards getting that good pelvic floor. Alright, so final move, we're just going to go on to all fours for this. So for this one, we're having our hands in underneath our shoulders. We're having our knees underneath our hips, hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. This one's a good one for balance. It uses quite a few muscles, and again, engaging the core will help the pelvic area, and it's the balance that you're looking for. So to get in a good position and to maintain a good spinal position, you want to run a line all the way from your head, nice straight neck, into a nice straight spine. So you're not wanting to dip and you're not wanting to hunch either. You want to maintain that nice straight spine and engage the core whenever you're doing this to get your good balance. So we're going to use opposites. So my left hand I'm going to use first with my right leg, and at the same time we're going to bring it up until they're both straight out in front of us. Engage your core, hold for 3 seconds and back down. And then we're going to swap over, do the exact same with the opposites. So right hand, left leg, engage the core. You'll find you're a bit wobbly if your balance isn't great, but this is a good one to get everything working in tandem. So again, 10 reps, 3 sets, and this is a good one to end on. Okay. So if you do those moves little and often, it's really good for the hip area at the front and particularly the pelvic floor. Any other suggestions, any other little series that you want put together, just let me know. Please share, get in contact. Stay safe. Thanks.